poppin' YouTube? This is Chuka the Barber, and I'm here with episode number 2 of the Rich Barber TV. Okay, last week we shared some good game. We talked about the 10 Rich Barber commandments. I hope you guys saw a lot of value in that, which from the comments, it seemed like you guys did, so I'm really happy for that. I'm really happy for y'all, so take that game, soak it up, and go get your money, man, okay? So look, today we're gonna do some clipper reviews. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. And I chose to do reviews on the Andis clippers, okay? The Andis Masters, the Andis Fade Masters, and the Andis TL liners, okay? So those are the 3 we're gonna focus on today. And I chose these 3 mainly because this is the 3 I started off with. I cut with these 3 for a long time, okay? Now, just remember, this is not, a right or wrong or the best type of clipper. This is just my experience, and this is just my opinion and my preference for certain clippers, okay? Now, everybody, a lot of times they say, people ask me which clipper is better, this clipper or that clipper. And I'm just like, man, really? There's a lot of great clippers out there. It's just really about your preference, okay? Like, I like these clippers. I cut with these for years. There's other clippers I prefer to cut with too, you know what I mean? So, but these are like the 3 most common when it comes to Andis, so I wanted to, the 3 most common, the 3 most popular when it comes to Andis, so I chose to do a review on these and kind of just give back my experience and the pros and cons of each clipper, okay? So this is just my opinion, okay? Okay, so getting right into it, okay, so I'm gonna grab these Andis Masters, okay, this is the 90th year anniversary ones. They got the candy coated red, and ain't really no difference than the other regular Masters, but the color and the print on the front. But with Andis Masters, I cut with these for like the majority of the beginning of my barber career. Why? Because I just really didn't take the time to even try out any other clippers. I tried other clippers, and there's other ones that I really like too, but I just chose to do a review on these first because, hey, these are the ones I used the longest when I first started off. So, these are basically, let me go to the second clipper we're gonna review, okay? The Andis Fade Masters. Not much difference than the Andis Masters except for the blade, okay? Then you have the Andis TL liners. Probably one of the most, if not the most popular trimmer out there on the market for years, okay? So we're gonna do a review on all 3 of these clippers. And so basically one thing with these clippers, man, is that after right now, like the pros and cons, it's basically the same for each clipper, man, as far as the clippers. And then, the pros and cons, similar the same for the trimmers too, okay? So let's get right into it. Okay, now one thing about these clippers is that, like I said, I started off with these and I cut with the Masters for a long time. This is all I really need to use for every haircut, okay? And they're a great clipper to use for every type, style, haircut out there. So they have a lot of power, okay? Powerful clipper, cuts really smooth, and they're very durable, okay? These last a long time. I've had clippers that, man, I was using some Masters from like barber college all the way up to years like being a professional barber. So you can expect to have a longevity with these clippers, okay? They're great for every cut. The Fade Masters, in my opinion, are really great. It takes some adjusting, getting used to these, because the blade is a lot sharper than the original regular Masters. But once you kind of learn how to use these, you can basically use these for every cut too. In my opinion, these are the best clippers for shaping an afro, okay? Because of the angle of the blade and how sharp it is. Now, sometimes these blades come a little too sharp, and it can, everybody experienced it if you try these, poking the skin and like, oh, tell your client, like, my bad, I didn't mean to do that. So, but yeah, as far as like shaping an afro, these will get your afros like on point, okay? Like really on point. And removing any extra little hairs sticking up and whatnot. These are gonna do the job. And they're gonna get the blend on your fades tight, you know, but you gotta blend it tight though when you're using these, okay? But if you blend it tight, you're gonna get a tight result and this shit gonna look dope, okay? So yeah, so these clippers are just all around great for blending, fading, tapering, all the haircuts. Cons, those were the pros, okay? They have a lot of pros, okay? Great clippers, in my opinion, when it comes to Andis clippers, those are the best, okay? There's a few cons, okay? Of course, they're made out of they're made out of steel, so they're very heavy. So that's a con. A lot of times, you know, I like light clippers. I love these clippers, but they are heavy, so sometimes I don't feel like cutting with these things. But you know, if you don't mind them being heavy, you know, it's all good. Go ahead and grab some and do your thing. But another thing is that because they're made out of, you know, steel, aluminum, whatever type of metal this is, they do get hot, okay? And they get very hot. So, but there's a way to really avoid that, avoid these getting hot. And what you want to do is you want to cut a hair basically like in, what's the word? Maybe like, I don't know if it will be sections or like steps, or for example, okay, say now if you're doing a taper, okay, you're taking these, you're knocking down the hair, you're getting it at the wavelength or whatever you're trying to get it at. Once you do that, okay, now, you know, instead of going and tapering the sides, the back, and the other side, you know what I mean, you might just want to taper the sides, both sides, and then put these down, then grab your liners, and then hit the line up, bam, in the front, and line that up, and then if they got a beard, line that up, and then grab these and taper out the back, and then line that up, you know what I mean, because then you're not really just going the whole time with these, you're not doing a whole cut with these, you're doing some cutting, you're doing some lining, you're doing some cutting, and you're doing some lining. And that will really keep these clippers, the liners and the trimmers from getting, the clippers and the trimmers from getting hot on you, and you really won't have that problem. Now just, you know, try it out, you like it. So, but once you kind of, you know, get things down and everything, most of the time these aren't even gonna get hot on you unless, you know, you're doing like a really complicated cut with designs and everything. Other than that, you know, you just knock it out, switch up a little bit, and you'll be fine. Okay, one thing with these Andis clippers, man, and the trimmers is that they can really be a little complicated to fix. And a lot of times when you drop these things and bam, and knock it off place, and something happen in the middle, in the inside, of the guts. Sometimes I'd rather just buy a new pair because these things, like trying to get it back to what it used to be can sometimes be a bit challenging because you got these different type of screws and all these things you gotta mess with. And I'm not really gonna go all into that, but yeah, so just be aware of that. Okay, and then like I said, with the fade masters, a lot of times, sometimes you can stick in the skin. So just make sure you cut kind of slower with these. You know, take your time, and it's really important to take your time when you cut. One thing I realized is, like, a lot of times, like, people want to rush, they want to cut real fast and flick at the hair and all that. And you know, I had to realize, like, even sometimes, like when I did that, it was like, okay, once you really catch the rhythm of the clippers, you'll see like the pace to really go to get the most out of the clipper and the blade to get it cutting smooth. If you flick in and you rush in, you kind of off the rhythm, and you're gonna create more work for yourself. Okay, take your time and make sure more strokes. You're doing less strokes, but each stroke is more effective, and it's gonna cut smoother because you're taking your time. You're taking your time. You're not rushing. But you're catching the rhythm of the clippers, and it's like harmony, being in harmony with your clippers. If that makes any sense. It might not make some sense right now, but try it and you'll see the sense that it makes. Okay, so now the trimmers. Okay, these are gotta be probably the most popular clip trimmers on the market today, and for some years now. Okay, but so yeah, these are very powerful. The T blade, you can get it in the T, you can get it in a square blade. Both are good. T's are great for just, overall lining behind the ears, all that, designs, really great just in general. The square blade is great also. If you like a smaller blade, you can really get the inside of the, the chin area and the jaw, the beard and all this. You get that real easy, pin the corners and all that stuff. So if you want one of each, that's cool. Just like one. Me personally, I don't like a bunch of clippers, at my station. So if I'm using like walls, you know, I got maybe 4 clippers. Use the Andis, I probably got 4 clippers, and that's about it. I don't like 18 clippers at my station. That's just me, okay? So yeah, these basically have the same pros and cons, okay? They're powerful, they cut smooth, durable, long lasting. You can use them to line up any type of hair. And yeah, the cons are basically the same, okay? These are a bit heavy. They do get hot just like the Masters. But like I said, you can really get rid of that problem by switching up on how you do things. You know, knock down the hair, line it up, taper, so jump around between clipper and clipper, okay? You don't really need to do the whole haircut, knock down, you know, taper and all that, and all the line and all that at one shot. You can break it up, okay? So these guards, these purple guards are perfect for these clippers. They fit on them real good, perfectly. The magnetic force keeps it on the clipper so they don't fall off. And these give a really smooth cut, okay? They don't leave no lines or none of that, okay? Smooth cuts, great for fading, tapering, all that. And when you use the higher and the more bigger guards, you're still gonna get that smooth cut without the lines in it. So yeah, so check those out because they go really good. They go really good with those clippers, and you can't lose, okay? So yeah, in my videos, you see me using a whole variety of different clippers, okay? I'm not affiliated with Wall, Andis, or none of these companies, okay? This is just my opinion, right or wrong, okay? I'm just giving you my opinion and my preference, okay? So yeah, because I use a lot of different clippers in my videos, and I'll switch up and use different clippers at the shop too. And the thing is, the reason why I use different clippers is to show how to use different clippers, okay? I know everybody doesn't want to cut with Andis. I know some people prefer Wall, some people prefer Foster. That's okay? I cut with different clippers and the more popular ones so that, you know, whether it's the DVD or tutorials on DVD or, you know, YouTube video, whatever, I can show using different clippers and people can learn from the clipper they prefer the most and they think is the best for them, okay? So yeah, check it out next week. We're gonna come with another dope video, okay? Now we had knowledge, we had a little clipper review. Next week we'll probably do a little knowledge, a little game, stuff like that again, and keep growing, okay? Rich Barber TV every Sunday. I don't know the time because it kind of depends, but yeah, today we're knocking this out a little earlier. You know, we got the Super Bowl game going on, so you know, I'm not a fan of really either team because I don't even watch sports or TV. But yeah, I mean, you got the boy Marshawn Lynch from Oakland, man, and you know I'm from Northern California, so I gotta support them. So let's go, Seattle. All right, y'all. See y'all next week. Holla at your boy. Leave comments, feedback, and all that good stuff, so I can be in tune with y'all and know what y'all want and what I could give in order to give you value and help you get to where you want to be. Peace.